Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 3, 5:42 America New York. Negative bond yields recede in Europe. French, Irish, Dutch and Swiss yields have all either turned positive or flirted with the line in recent weeks and months, shrinking the pool of debt that pays back less to investors than they put in.
Forex Live. November 3, 5:30 America New York. UK October Final Services PMI 59.1 versus 58.0 prelim. Latest data released by Market SIPS the 3rd of November 2021. The preliminary report can be found. That's a modest upwards revision to the initial estimate as the final readings reaffirm that the UK services sector regained back some momentum, headline reading highest in 3 months.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 3, 5:30 America New York. Have a job with benefits? How to make the most of open enrollment. Choosing the right benefits can help you save money or build wealth in discrete ways.
Daily FX Market News. November 3, 5:15 America New York. Altcoin SQUID sees collapse after 310,000% jump in value. Here's what we learned. You don't trust people because they are trustworthy. SQUID game.
Forex Live. November 3, 5:13 America New York. Dollar to strengthen post-Fed? That seems to be the consensus going into today's key risk event. A look at some of the recent takes on the greenback ahead of the FOMC meeting. I'd argue that there isn't going to be a straightforward reaction in all of this, as the market has already began to price in a rate hike in June.
Daily FX Market News. November 3, 5:10 America New York. Petrocurrencies rub, CAD and NOK at risk as oil price outlook worsens. Rising inventories and a likely OPEC plus output increase are bad news for crude oil prices, and that's negative for petrocurrencies like the Russian ruble, Canadian dollar and Norwegian krone.
Global Economy. November 3, 5:05 America New York. Further reading. Pfizer whistleblower, Fauci's NIH, Madonna.
New York Times Business. November 3, 5 o'clock America New York. Nelson Partners Student Housing, a sinking empire. An ambitious property management company that pitches upscale off-campus apartments across the country has left tenants and investors stewing. A neglected swimming pool in the Fairway apartment complex near Purdue University. New York Times Business. November 3, 5 o'clock America New York. In a workers' economy, who really holds the cards? Some people are resigning. Some are sitting on the sidelines awaiting a prime gig. Others are flexing their muscles, requesting raises, or remote options, while still clocking in. New York Times Business. November 3, 5 o'clock America New York. From BTS to Squid Game, how South Korea became a cultural juggernaut. The country was once largely known for cars and smartphones, but a global audience has become mesmerized by its entertainment, and creators say success didn't happen overnight. The K-pop band Blackpink, which has conquered markets in Asia and beyond. New York Times Business. November 3, 5 o'clock America New York. Attention, New Englanders. Fluffernutter is now a word. What has prompted Merriam-Webster to add the long-standing term for a mostly regional sandwich to the dictionary? New York Times Business. November 2, 7:06 America New York. Funding for startups founded by women is surging. Women raised almost twice as much venture capital funding in the first 9 months of this year as they did in 2020 or 2019.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 2, 7:01 America New York. Apollo profit edges lower, but distributable earnings hit record. The New York firm posted net income of $258.3 million, down from $272.4 million a year earlier, but the portion of its earnings that it could hand back to shareholders climbed to a record level.
Daily FX Market News. November 2, 7 o'clock America New York. DAX 40, S&P 500 Technical Update. Q4 forecast playing out nicely. Strong earnings and positive sentiment aid equities higher.
BBC News Business. November 2, 7 o'clock America New York. BP profits rise amid soaring energy prices. The oil giant says it expects natural gas prices to remain high during peak winter demand. Wall Street Journal Markets. November 2, 7 o'clock America New York. Bond investors challenge Wall Street greenwashing. Fund managers are avoiding some green bonds they say don't meet sustainable investing standards. Wall Street Journal Markets. November 2nd, 7 o'clock America, New York. Meta's ad returns or its redemption for advertisers. For all the recent controversy surrounding Meta's algorithms and their potential to cause users harm, their unique power is irresistible for its real customers, advertisers. BBC News Business. November 2nd, 6:59 America, New York. Worsens sorry for non-EU salt and pepper label. The supermarket says it was an error to put the description on one of its chickens.
Forex Live. November 2nd, 6:58 America, New York. China Premier Li Keqiang will keep economic operations within reasonable range. Remarks by China Premier Li Keqiang via state media. This just reaffirms that local authorities will provide the necessary support in managing economic activity amid the power crunch that is impacting the country.
Naked Capitalism. November 2nd, 6:52 America, New York. Big banks and emerging economies are suffering crippling cyber attacks. Risks are also on the rise in advanced economies, as the Reserve Bank of Australia recently warned.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 2nd, 6:52 America, New York. KKR earnings rise as private equity portfolio climbs. The firm's private equity portfolio rose 9% during the quarter. Wall Street Journal Markets. November 2nd, 6:42 America, New York. Venture capital hasn't given up on China. China's listed IT companies are reeling from this year's regulatory crackdown. But that hasn't stopped the action in the private markets.
Armstrong Economics. November 2nd, 6:35 America, New York. WEC Energy Report. The WEC report for attendees covers oil and gas in the US and European markets into the future. You will receive an email for download shortly. The post-WEC Energy Report first appeared on Armstrong Economics. Armstrong Economics. November 2nd, 6:22 America, New York. WEC Agricultural Review. The agriculture outlook is going up for WEC attendees. You will be getting an email for the download. The post-WEC Agricultural Review first appeared on Armstrong Economics.
Daily FX Market News. November 2nd, 6:11 America, New York. EUR, CHF deeply oversold. EUR, GBP facing post-Brexit row. SNB taking notice of EUR, CHF decline. EUR, GBP edging higher as UK, France tensions remain.